So I decided to go screen free after 9 p.m. and we're 8 days in. So I'm here to tell you how it's going. Did we do it perfectly? No. Did we do it pretty close to perfectly? Yes. Don't judge me. I'm fragile. Just ask my ex. Welcome to the Mostly All Figured Out podcast, where we get real about the messy, unfiltered process of becoming the person you actually want to be in your career, your family, your friendships, and your love life. And because accountability is everything for me and my ADHD brain, I'm going to take on a new healthy habit every month, and I'm going to bring you along for the ride. So we're going to be doing things like waking up early every day, tracking our spending, working out consistently, posting consistently on our business social media accounts, and together we'll see in real time whether this stuff actually makes a difference and is worth giving a try. I am truly so grateful that you are here, and I'm so excited for what's next for us. So let's get into the episode and become the best versions of ourselves together. What's up, everybody? It's Emily Rose. Welcome back to the Mostly All Figured Out podcast. This month, November 2025, we are working on our very first habit, which is... per the people, sort of. The people voted for me to work out every day. Second place, a very close second, was no screens after 9 p.m. I went with no screens after 9 p.m. because oh gosh, I hope you couldn't hear my stomach. Apparently I'm hungry. I went with no screens after 9 p.m. because I want to set myself up for success. And I felt like that was going to lead to me working out more, as well as many other things, for a variety of reasons. Go back and listen to the last episode for those reasons if you like. So I have done this now. Well, we're 8 days into November. I'm recording this on November 8th. And I'm not going to lie. There's something to this shit. There is something to this. Has it changed my life? Look at me. If you're watching this on YouTube, look me in the eye. Yes. Yes, confidently, I can say that. Yes, it has changed my life. I'm not even going to lie. It has changed my life. So there are so many positives and things that I didn't even think about that I would get from doing this that have come from just putting my fucking phone on charge across the bedroom and not sitting and scrolling for an amount of time that I'm embarrassed to share on here. I said it once in a real life setting with a group of friends. I was vulnerable, and I shared an average amount of time that I might spend scrolling before bed, and I was judged. So I'm going to hold that stat within me, but if you're interested, send me a DM. If you want to feel better about yourself or something, that's fine. I'll do that for you. But anyway, so I've been doing it. Okay. Here's the things. Was it hard at first to implement? A little. You know that feeling like when you're trying to wake up early and you've never done that before, or like, I don't know, you're just used to hitting the scroll and you're trying to do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, jump out of bed, Mel Robbins method. And you're like, it's so hard. It's not. So putting your screen away or turning the TV off or whatever. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It depends. If you have a nightly ritual of like watching Netflix or something, it might be a little harder. I'm not a TV girl. I'm just not a TV girl. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's ADHD or what, but I cannot sit in front of it's so hard for me to just sit and watch a show. I really struggle with it. I don't know. So that wasn't a habit I was trying to break. The habit I was trying to break was doom scrolling. So I will say, definitely the first few days, I like when I'm getting ready for bed, my brain all of a sudden is like, we have 1,000 things for you to Google. Excellent. Get into bed. Let's start researching. Or, oh, yes, you need to get this stuff on Amazon. Oh, yes, you need to pick out your clothes for your Newly subscription, which, by the way, quick side note, if you are trying to figure out, if you are like, I don't know, if you want to have a little fun with your wardrobe and mix it up once a month, I highly, highly recommend a Newly subscription. It's like Rent the Runway, which I think has its own version of this. But once a month, you pay the subscription fee and you get 6 items of like very good quality. A lot of it is brand name, fancy. That's me. I'm holding my little fancy coffee mug. Brand name clothing, very good quality stuff. You pick. So it's not like, was that other one, Stitch Fix, where like a designer chooses for you. That did not work for me. I tried that one time. I probably should have given it. Anyway, Newly, you pick the stuff. It's so fun. So bedtime, I'm like, oh, I got to figure out what's going to be in my Newly bag next month. I need to get some stuff for the boys. Winter is coming. Christmas is coming. I need. So I think of all these things that I'm going to do when I get in bed with my little phone. And then I get in bed and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do these things. I forgot them. I already forgot them. Because why? Because instead of doing those things, I first went into Instagram. And we've lost her. So the first couple of days were hard because my brain was still wired to think of like, oh, I need to look that up. I need to make sure I put this on my to-do list. I need to do this. So it was challenging because I kept like mentally reaching for the phone to look something up or add something to my to-do list or whatever. However, that did not last that long. It was not as hard of a push, like I said, as trying to wake up early. It was not. It was just like, nope, I'm not going to do that. And really what I had to do was just find something else for my brain to focus on. So by the end of the day, especially on days when I have the boys here, I'm freaking exhausted. I am so tired by the time 8 o'clock rolls around. So I'm ready to get into bed. However, I had a little bit of energy. I had a little bit of extra energy, probably because I wasn't scrolling every night. So I found myself doing things like folding baskets of laundry that had been sitting there for weeks. Cleaning my bedroom, which hadn't been done, again, in weeks. What else did I do? I finished a book. I have been working on, I've been working on A Court of Thorns and Roses. Who has read it? Okay. Here's the thing. I clearly, obviously, am one of those annoying ass people who only reads personal development books. Okay. So I shared with my friend Bridget, shout out Bridget, we love you, that I wanted to do reading for fun. And Bridget runs a book club, and she got me A Court of Thorns and Roses. My understanding is that this is a very popular series of sexy fairies. Okay? I wanted to give it a try because I want to read sexy books. I want to find my sexy genre. I'll tell you what I learned from A Court of Thorns and Roses. It's not fairies. And it's not that the fairy part, there's a lot of really gross things in it. I don't want to read a book where someone's wings are getting chopped off and they're bleeding to death on a table. I don't want to do that. So I finished A Court of Thorns and Roses. Bridget, I love you. Thank you. It was a journey, this book, and I'm glad that I read it. However, I did skip through probably somewhere around 5 chapters at the end. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, but there was 5 chapters that I knew I skimmed through, and I was like, these are just going to be about like torture for sure. Definitely just about torture. So I skipped to the end, Got to the final scene, which was also quite gruesome, but I figure I gotta wrap it up. I gotta know how it actually ends. Read that, and now it's over. I know there's more in the series. It's not for me. I gotta find something else. So if you have a sexy series that you like that does not involve like murder, please. Because so far I've read that. My sister, when I told her I wanted to read for fun, I wanted to read sexy fun, she gave me this book called Verity. Has anyone read the book Verity? What a fucked book. Oh my God. If you like really fucked shit, read Verity. Sorry about my language today, but that book, I still have nightmares about that book. I cannot believe she gave me that book. I have known her whole life, and she thought, yep, let's give this one to Emily. I don't understand. I really don't understand. I will say that book, the difference between Court of Thorns and Roses for me and Verity is that it took me now, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months to read A Court of Thorns and Roses. Verity, it took me like 5 days. I was locked into it, but I mostly was locked into it because I was like, I got to get through. This has to be done. I have to finish this book. It was a fascinating story. Very good book, but so fucked. I don't like entertaining myself with anxiety. I don't understand it. To each their own, whatever. No judgments. Not for me. So finished Court of Thorns and Roses. I started reading some other books, went back to personal development. I'm actually reading a book about raising your child going through puberty. Mine's a late bloomer, so he's not there yet, but I know we're getting there. So I read books. I put laundry away. I cleaned shit. I started journaling. I know journaling, we all know journaling is good for you, but I never really felt inspired to do it. Or so I told myself. When I wasn't desensitizing myself with a doom scroll, I was forced to sit with my feelings. And I was like, what the fuck am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with this? And so what I did with it is I started writing. I just started writing. I had my journal next to my bed. And I like to write, sometimes I would write like in paragraphs, thoughts, and it felt so good to get them out. Shocking, I know. It really is, because we've all heard this. You should journal. Like, sure, okay, great. Writing it down will fix everything for me. It doesn't, spoiler, but it really did make me feel a lot better to just get it out. And there's no right or wrong way to do it. Like I said, sometimes for me, it'll come out in a paragraph. Sometimes it's almost poetic, like single lines, almost like a poem I'm writing to myself. Write however you want. Just try it. Just see what happens. Especially if you're doing this too, and you tend to be a little doom scroller at the end of the night. Try writing instead. So that was really cool. Other positives so far. So while the people voted for working out every day, it is 8 days into November. And do you know how many days I've worked out? 6 days. I've worked out 6 days this week. This 8 days. So I'm actually kind of a little bit doing that too. I'm really prepping myself for when I will commit to working out every day. I feel fucking great. It's amazing. Like I have so much more energy. So that is a huge bonus. Waking up early has also gotten easier. I still have a bad habit of waking up early but scrolling then. So I've kind of replaced my night scroll with a morning scroll. So we need to work on that. But putting my phone across the room means I have to get up when the alarm goes off, because I'm not having that thing wake my children up at 5:30 a.m. So I'm getting up out of bed, and then I'm like, all right, I'm up. And I also am able to stay up because I've had a better sleep, because I wasn't staring at screens before. So I'm getting better sleep. I'm feeling much more focused. My vibe, like my energy, is so much higher. I felt a lot more creative, a lot more focused. And I swear, like, I know this is, I don't know. It could be, what's the word? Placebo effect? It could be placebo effect. but I really don't think it is. Is it perfect? No. There, like I said, the scrolling in the morning, that's not great. But I can't think of any negatives so far beyond having to confront my feelings instead of dissociate. So that sucks. But another thing I realized is that when I do the doom scrolling, yes, of course, it gives me those dopamine hits and like laughter and distraction. But I go to sleep feeling like groggy. I wake up feeling groggy. I don't have as good a sleep. I feel anxious. Without that, I'm just like, I feel better. I really do. So 8 days in, so far, so good. I didn't do it perfectly. There was one night, it was a particularly hard day, and I gave in to my emotions. I did. Something fun about me. I need validation. Can you believe that? Are you surprised by that? I need external validation. Validate me, please. Tell me I'm doing a good job and that you listen to the podcast. I can't tell you what it means to me. So I was having a hard time and I needed validation. And so I was glued to my phone. So I did give in. And how did I feel the next day? Not great. So that was a number of days in. That was like day 5 or 6 in. So I already had a good idea of what it felt like to not do that. And so the comparison was stark the next morning. I also realized I had to put a exemption, what's the word? Not exemption, but like a rule. So if I'm out after 9 p.m., obviously I'm going to have to be on my phone. I have to get home. I don't know. I've lived in Buffalo my whole life. I'm not getting anywhere without my GPS. So I have to use that. I probably have to communicate with people if I'm out. So I allow myself to be on the phone after 9 if I am out of the house. The new rule for those days is as soon as I walk through the threshold of my home, screens are off. Now, what I did, which I'm not proud of, is I did sit in my car and scroll for a little while before walking through the threshold the one night that I was out. But classic Emily move, especially after a night out, my brain she's stimulated. She's going. And so she scrolls in bed for so long. Again, embarrassingly long because she's just going and then she needs to keep going. So the fact that I was able to actually turn it off, come in the house and just put it away and go to sleep was also a very big deal for me and allowed for me to wake up this morning, that was actually last night, and get to the gym at 8 a.m. and train with my fabulous trainer, Christine. So I haven't done it perfectly, but I'm almost grateful for that because it has made it very clear what a huge impact it is making. So I'm excited to keep doing this and see what other kind of results I get. Like I said, so far, getting lots of workouts in, getting good sleep, able to get up early. I've gotten the boys to school early every day. And this week, I actually had to get them to school every single morning. It's not usually like that because of our custody arrangement. But this week I had to get them to school every day, and they were early every day except the morning after the night that I felt sorry for myself and I scrolled. So how about that? So yeah, so far a lot of positives. I think I've been more focused. Definitely been more focused with work and things like that. So I'm excited to see how this goes. All right, y'all, I have huge news. We officially have another sponsor of the podcast. And honestly, it could not be more on brand or more personal. I am talking about Mercury Salon and the one and only Felicia Cardinelli, aka my fairy or hairy godmother. You see what I did there? Did you see that? Did you see it? Felicia has been doing my hair for nearly a decade. She opened Mercury Salon in 2014, and I have been in that chair for many a personal crisis, but a lot of celebrations too, and literally everything in between. But the thing is, Felicia is not just a hairstylist. She is a hype woman, a therapist, a low-key nutritionist, a matchmaker, a business mentor, and she will call you out when you need to hear it. God knows I need to. When you walk into Mercury Salon, right in the heart of Allentown at 43 Allen Street in Buffalo, you're immediately wrapped in this energy of like relief. Like I can breathe now. I'm safe here. Mama Felicia's gonna take care of me. You're offered a coffee. Maybe you put some Irish cream in there or a glass of wine, perhaps just some water because we gotta stay hydrated, you know? And then you just settle in for what I like to call glam with a side of emotional reckoning. I'll be honest, I've never called it that, but that's what ChatGPT summed it up as. And it's not wrong. Seriously though, by the time you leave, you have a fresh look, a list of vitamins to buy, 3 new life goals, and a casual realization that maybe you do have mommy issues. It's a full spectrum experience, and it's all on a one-to-one basis with Felicia herself, who's been doing this for 30 years and is an American board certified hair colorist. She is legit. Her books are very busy because she is that good, but trust me, it is worth any amount of wait that you have to survive. So don't sleep on this. Call Felicia at 716-883-8800 to get yourself an appointment and get into the chair of the GOAT herself, Felicia Cardinelli. Mercury Salon, your favorite place to escape to and possibly cry a little, but in the best way. It's good for you. Two other positive things that I have been trying that I wanted to tell you about that I am seeing really good results from. Number one, when I get up in the morning, so I have my little journal and I will write 3 goals for myself for the whole week. So I'll pick those usually on Sunday or Monday. But I rewrite them every single day with little check boxes next to them, because I know for me, I constantly fall into the habit of setting goals for myself and then writing them down and then throwing them away. See you later. See you never. So now I write my weekly goals every single day. Underneath that, I write my daily goals. For that, it's like, what are the absolute, if I end this day and these things are not done, I'm fucked. Though that's what my daily goals are. So they're less goals and more so like very urgent priority tasks. What are my priorities? Maybe I'm going to start calling them that. So I put my priorities in there, like these are the things that absolutely must get done. If nothing else gets done, I have to do these. I try to keep that list short too, because I want to see myself win. I want to check off things. It's the momentum of it. So that has been incredibly helpful. I found that really helps keep me on task, because for me, I am so often stuck in the paralysis of what the fuck do I do next? Sorry, today has been an F-bomb day, apparently. What do I do next? What is the next thing that I do? I don't know. There's so many things. I give up. Bye. I'm gone. Scroll. So this priority list, this daily priority list, and the weekly goals list too, have both helped to keep me on task. And I love checking shit off. And it's less overwhelming than like my Asana, where there's 1,000 tasks for me to look at. It's just like, these are the things I must absolutely do right now. So I wanted to share that because I found that incredibly helpful in getting shit done. The second thing was a parenting win. I share this because it's really hard. Parenting in 2025, parenting at all, period, is very hard. And parenting as a single parent is really challenging because for most of us, we split time. Not most of us. I don't really know the stats, but a lot of us share time with co-parents and we have no control over what happens over there. And that is very hard for me. I put a lot of pressure on myself for when my children are here, my two boys, to give them everything they need while they're here. Everything they need emotionally, physically, with school. I just feel like I have to get it right when they're here. I have to make sure that I am connecting with them, that we have good trust between us, and our relationship is the most important thing to me. So I put a lot of pressure on myself. Anyway, I fuck it up all the time. Another F-bomb. I am not a perfect parent. I don't know anyone who is. But what I do a lot is apologize to my boys when I mess up. Sometimes I give myself a hard time that I have to keep doing that and coming back to them and saying, Mommy was stressed out and it's not fair of me to take that stress out on you. You didn't deserve that. Even though I'm apologizing more often than I'd like to admit, I hope that it's teaching my boys, number one, that no one is perfect, not even their parents. And number two, that it's okay to mess up. And it's even more okay to mess up and then accept responsibility for your mess ups. My hope is that by being vulnerable with my children and apologizing and acknowledging my feelings and looking at them from a higher point of view, it helps them to do that too. And I wanted to share that a couple days ago, I took my boys shopping and they made absolute fools of themselves in this Kohl's in front of so many people. And so we were supposed to go to get pizza after, and I said, we're absolutely not doing that. I'm not going to be embarrassed in two public places today. One is enough for me. And so we came home and I made ramen and peanut butter sandwiches. And my older son was pissed. He was ticked because he loves this pizza place. He really wanted to go. I got it. I wanted to go too. I was pissed as well. And I explained to him, you weren't listening to me. Your brother wasn't listening to me. I'm not doing it. And the two of my two children respond very differently when they have big emotions. For him, it's silence. I get the silent treatment. So he was just kind of stomping around. He loves to stomping around, angry looks, not speaking. I took his little brother to bed and I came back downstairs and he didn't say anything, but he just kind of like pointed to something on the table. So I went and looked, and on the table was a letter that he had written to me. I need to find it because I want to frame this. It was a letter that he had written to me, and it said something to the effect of, Dear Mom, I'm sorry that I took my anger out on you. That was unfair. And I'm sorry for how I acted in the store. I love you so much. You're the best mom. And I was like, yeah, I'm doing something right. This little guy on his own, processed what was happening, took responsibility for how he had behaved, and apologized to me in his own way. For him, it's hard to verbalize stuff. He wrote it down and gave it to me. So I just want to share that because I'm really proud of that. And like I said, parenting is hard and we're all just doing the best we can out here. We're trying to heal ourselves while raising these tiny humans, and none of us are doing it right. I'm sure of it. They're all going to have therapy when they're grown, if not already right now. And that's okay. If you're a parent of a young child, of any child, you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. Find your little letters, find your little moments, because they're probably right in front of you and you're not even seeing it. We beat ourselves up so much when it comes to this because it is a lot of pressure. It is a lot of pressure to raise a tiny human right now. But I know that if you are beating yourself up about how you're doing it, then you're doing a great job. So just wanted to put that out there as a quick aside. Thank you for listening to the Mostly All Figured Out podcast. I drank this tea, this crazy tea. She told me there wasn't anything. Michaela, what was in this tea? Because I don't know what's happening to me. It was a struggle getting this podcast done. I was flying at first. Notice. Do you see me right now? I am speaking slowly and calmly. I'm having to pause a lot because like my brain is just shutting off. I don't know what was in this tea. It was called something crazy. Let me get it. Hang on. I'm going to show you. Hold on. Yo, literally this tea is called King of Duck Shit. The brand is called Fly Awake. Oolong tea. Caffeinated. I did drink a coffee too at 7:30 at night. Thanks for listening. Are you doing no screens after 9 p.m.? What are you working on? DM me. If you made it this far in this podcast and you don't DM me to say anything that you think about this, I'm going to be furious. I'm just kidding. I won't be. But I would love if you would. Follow me at Mostly All Figured Out and let me know what you're doing. Let me know if it's working for you. You should start now. Honestly, you should. It's incredible. All right. That's it. Talk to you in a week. Bye.